Hey everybody, Pete Werner here with this week's Disney Dining Show at the Kona Cafe at the Polynesian, being joined by Sean Falk and Ryno. And they have recently, I understand, gotten a new chef here, and the menu's changed somewhat. And I've had lunch here a couple times recently, and it's been good. So we thought we'd check out dinner while we're busy checking out the rest of the Polynesian. So let's see how it goes.
For my appetizer, I had a seafood coconut curry soup. It is $10, and it came with shrimp, scallop, crabs, and obviously like coconut and curry sauce, I suppose, is like the broth of the thing. It was so good. It was really spicy for me. I am a mild sauce at Taco Bell kind of guy, so if that's a good range for you, food's kind of hard and subjective there. Also, they serve this dish at Noodles and Company, so that's why I tried it, because I like it there. I was gonna try it here. This was as good, I'd say. You get a lot smaller portion of it, but it was really good. I definitely recommend it. It is about 115 degrees outside today in June, and so I thought, do I really want this hot soup? But turns out I did.
But it was temperature hot too?
It was temperature hot and spice hot. Like you could see the red flakes. And also, better than Noodles and Company, it had tons and tons of shrimp and crab and scallops. It was all shredded up, so who knows? But it was all like shredded pieces, but there was a ton of it. Like my spoon was completely full. It was great.
Okay, so for my appetizer, I picked the fire-roasted pork wings. These are 5 relatively finger food size pieces of pork on the bone. Normally comes in a teriyaki glaze and has a strip of like maple glazed bacon, I think it was, over the top. So I asked them to put the sauce on the side, and so I could just have the actual pork wing itself, because low carb. I gotta tell you something, this was a great low-carb option. Even without any of the sauces or any of the other stuff, it was really tasty. Pork was very tender, fell right off the bone, easy to pick up with your hands, not messy, without that sauce. There were 5 of them, so it was just enough to take the edge off being hungry, but not feel like I'm, full. And that was $12. So I thought that was a really, really good appetizer for $12. I also got to give a shout out. What was her name? Keisha? Our server, Keisha, from the Bronx. This woman is phenomenal. She is like all personality and exactly what you want in a restaurant like this. Stuff like that makes me so happy. When I go to Disney and you get a cast member like that who's just really into their job, and not being like sugary and syrupy and fake. They're just authentic, they're upbeat, they're happy, they're having fun with you, they know how to read a table. She's fantastic. So far, I'm really enjoying this.
I got the poke on here, the rainbow poke, which was $16, and it came out as an appetizer. I did not order as an appetizer, but it was fine. It was a little smaller than I expected, and a little basic. It had tuna, salmon, kampachi, hamachi, Fresno chili peppers, a little Tom Bell nod there, the lotus root, spicy ponzu, and citrus. There was not spicy ponzu on this, so I don't know where that got lost in translation. Or also I didn't see the lotus root, so it was a little basic. It was okay. I've had better. Not bad. The quality of the fish was really good though. And then I also got I lost the drink menu, but I got the drink that comes in a pineapple. I forgot what it was called. I'll tell you the next time. It's delicious. Our food's coming out now, so I'll come back to you.
Okay, for my main course, I got the 14-ounce prime New York strip. It was $42. Comes with a little bit of arugula and a braised cipollini onion. I also got a side of asparagus. I gotta be honest, I'm impressed. It tastes like these things were grilled in someone's backyard grill, and that's a positive statement. It's just got that grill flavor to it. It's perfect. It's summer as we're recording this. It's like a perfect summer dish. Now, $42 for a 14-ounce New York strip. Did I say 42? Yeah, 42. Yeah, I mean, for Disney. Anywhere else, this is not going to be $42. But, and they could stand to season it a little more. I just mentioned to our server that they tell the chef, a little salt and pepper before you cook it wouldn't kill you. But, to be honest, this is really, 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 really good. I'm really impressed with this steak. Surprised, but impressed.
So for my main course, I got a specialty sushi roll. I got the surf and turf. It's a Kona coffee spiced fillet with cucumber, chilled spiced lobster, crab, avocado, and it's got yuzu aioli around, like, sprayed around the plate, I guess. I don't know what that's called. Streaked around the plate. I don't know. And then sriracha on top. So as I had said in the appetizer, I don't really eat spicy stuff, so this is a little too spicy for me, but I'm very weak with the spice department. So if you also are not a spicy person, it's great and the flavors are really good. You could kind of scrape the sriracha off the top, so I could do that. My lips are numb. Yeah, my lips are numb and my tongue is numb, but that's because I don't do that too often. Even then, I always say I like sushi, but really I like California rolls and shrimp tempura. And so, but I decided to branch out and get a little more adventurous, and it's pretty good actually. It is $28, which I think is really expensive for one sushi roll, even for Disney standards. Like, it's still a sushi roll, but it is actually pretty well filled with the meats that it's supposed to have. So I think it's really good tasting, and yep, there was something else I was going to say, but I forgot what it was. There's not really any coffee taste to it, which is great because I don't like coffee anyway, but it doesn't really taste like coffee. So if you want it thinking that's a plus, it isn't, because it doesn't.
So the drink I was talking about before, I've seen people with a pineapple here before, and I've always wondered what is that thing, and I got it. It's called the Lapu Lapu. It is Meyer's original dark rum and tropical fruit juices served in a fresh pineapple topped with Gosling's 151 rum. That was the first thing our server recommended to us too, and that was $15.50. It's fun. It's a nice little, you're on vacation, you're at the Polynesian. Why don't you want a drink that's in a pineapple? I feel like it's dessert and a beverage all in one, because I'm going to eat the inside when I'm done. Then for my...
This is Ryno with a buzz.
Then for my main part of my meal, I got a specialty roll. I got the... I just realized they brought me the wrong roll.
Did they? Oh,
they did. They brought me the shrimp fryer cracker roll, but I did order the spicy Alaskan king crab roll. But the one we got was the shrimp fire cracker roll, tempura shrimp, crab, avocado, spicy tuna, cucumber, and chili sauce. Also $28. I wondered, because I was like, I ordered a roll specifically without shrimp in it, and so when it came with all the shrimp, I was like, oh.
It didn't taste right. Like, I was like,
okay. I think that's what my problem has been the whole meal, where I'm like, this isn't what I thought it was.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I like yours better.
I like mine better too, yeah.
I have a problem with, like, I eat too much spice. Like, there was sriracha I put on my own accord on my salad today, so, like, there is a little ting to his for sure, because it's got the dollop of sriracha on there, so I understand why his mouth is going numb, but I agree too, $28 is a lot for a sushi roll.
Yeah.
It's not bad sushi, but now I'm upset that I didn't realize this wasn't the right roll, and I ate more than half of it like an idiot. God, yeah. Well, anyway, whatever. I don't hate it enough to be like, I'm gonna cause a thing, but it's fine. It's whatever. I'm gonna finish it because I don't have a backbone enough to say anything, so it's cool.
For dessert, I got a key lime pie. All the desserts here come in like a shooter glass. It's bigger than a shot glass, but so it's just filled with whatever cake or whatever dessert you order. None of the cakes were like things that jumped out to me, so I kind of settled for the key lime pie. I'm pleased with it though. It's really, really good. It was worth it to get the dessert. I would get like an appetizer and the dessert possibly, and skip an entree if I were coming. That might be the right way to go about this, and also save quite a bit of money by doing it that way too. So overall, I think that it's a good meal. I don't like I think it's pretty expensive for what it is by comparison to other surrounding restaurants that you could eat at and have a little bit better of a meal or maybe better of an aesthetic around it. There's no walls here, so I kind of feel like I'm eating in the lobby, or maybe I'm at an airport waiting for my flight and I've just kind of like popped into the restaurant that's there while I'm at my layover or something. It's not really something I'd seek out. I also think that this is something that if I maybe wasn't able to get a dining review, if I wasn't able to get an advanced dining reservation at something like Ohana or whatever else is here, I can't remember off the top of my head, then I could come over here to Kona Cafe and have a pretty nice meal. I didn't have any complaints about the food. I just think it's kind of expensive for what it is. And if I wanted to pop out of Magic Kingdom for a bit, I think as far as the monorail resorts, restaurants that you can just run over to and sit down and get a pretty guaranteed table. I mean, we just showed up and got this table and the restaurant's not really full or anything, and I think now it's 7 o'clock, so it shouldn't be too much of a wait to just get a table here. Of those monorail restaurants, this is probably the best one that I can think of off the top of my head, so that's a big plus for it as well. Overall, I'm gonna say like 6.5, something like that. So no complaints, but nothing I need to seek out. I'm not going to tell my family to come whenever they visit.
So I got the tapioca one for the dessert because I'm a 90-year-old grandmother, and I actually really enjoyed that dessert as well. It was actually a little bit of a surprise for me, and I feel like a nice little small portion size, which was perfect. So I do agree with Sean that it is pretty expensive for what you're getting, and I think it's about your choices that you make too, where like the sushi was okay, but it was kind of expensive, I thought, like, so I might try one of the normal entrees. There was some like duck ramen on there that I really wanted to try, so I would consider coming back and maybe doing that again. I do agree with him as well. It's an open air restaurant, so it does feel just kind of off to the side for me, but I love the atmosphere in the Polynesian too, so there's that to it. If you're staying here, it's another option other than than Ohana or just one of the lounges or something like that. So, but yeah, I mean, I agree. Overall, no real complaints. There wasn't anything that I was necessarily like blown away by, but I don't want that to sound like it was bad. It's just a little pricey. But if you're an annual pass holder or maybe Tables in Wonderland or something like that, then there are discount options available as well. So that's all my thoughts. If we're doing on the scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably agree with that as well. 6.5, 7. I think the service was pretty top notch, though. I think our server was pretty fantastic, and she really kind of made the experience as well.
Okay, so overall, this is definitely an improvement over what Kona was. There's no question about that. I thought my steak was very good. The whole smoked open flame barbecue flavor to it was fantastic. I'm very happy with that. There were a total of 5 of us having this meal. Only 3 of us were on camera, and it averaged out to be about $45 a person with my annual pass, my Tables in Wonderland discount. So that really isn't bad, considering a couple of people had cocktails and there were like 3 desserts ordered at the table. So price-wise, I thought it was really good. This restaurant would be considered on par in terms of the type of restaurant it is in a deluxe resort. It's going to be on par with the Grand Floridian Cafe and the Wave over in the Contemporary. By those standards, the Wave absolutely wins. These are all one table service credit restaurants. The Wave kind of just takes it to that extra level. With that said, for a long time now, I've avoided coming to Kona Cafe because it had gotten so bad. That's not the case anymore. After a couple of lunches and this dinner, all recently, I will start coming back here again. If I can get Keisha as my server, I come back here all the time. I agree with these guys. I would probably give it about a 6.5, but Keisha jumps it up to an 8. Keisha jumps it up to an 8. She was phenomenal. And it makes a huge difference. The server makes a huge difference. So, Kona Cafe, definitely better than it was. So that is going to do it for this episode of the Disney Dining Show. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again next week. Have a good week, folks.